I want to start with something that's a common denominator with all of us. We have times where we feel bad. I don't have to say, are there any exceptions to that in this room? I know there are no exceptions. There are times when we feel bad. Of course, when we're asked, how are you doing? We say, fine. What are we going to say? Sit down, I'll tell you. I'll tell you about it. But what we don't really understand is that even though we say we're fine, and even though we think we're fine, there is something else going on. There is a cycle going on. And the cycle does not include fine. And I know this can be more or less a confronting thing to see, especially if people haven't explored this particular question. But there is a cycle of feeling bad, and doing something to relieve yourself from feeling bad and getting that relief. You spill something on the floor, damn. You clean it up and it's gone. The light turns red when you don't want it to. You feel, damn. The light turns green, you feel better. Where is fine on that cycle? Where's fine? You call this fine, but is it fine or is it relief from feeling bad? Now, I don't mean bad in terms of crisis. I feel bad in terms of those little examples. And what if it were the case that our life does not include feeling fine? What if it were the case that, in fact, our life was an incredible sequence of falling off, getting relief, falling off, getting relief, falling off, getting relief. So many times in life that we define this one as feeling bad and this one as feeling good. Something breaks, you feel bad. You fix it, now it works, you feel good. What is the gain in that? When do you get to feel something other than relief from the difficulty that you had, even the mini difficulty you had? If I look at you for a few seconds too long, you get a little anxious, you turn away a little bit. Little bad, relief. Where's the fine? What if it were the case that fine is not our lot? Now, of course, we have moments of fine, but how many moments do we have? And do we differentiate between relief and fine? I suspect that we don't. This is one of the most difficult things for a person to see about themselves and their lives. That we live in a wonderful environment. Those of us that live in Nevada City, Grass Valley, on the ridge, it's beautiful, it's leisurely. Externals are about as mellow as they can be. We have a lot of opportunities for relief. If we have money, that's why we learn to get money, because it can help us with multi-varieties of getting relief. If our health is good, we have still more. If we have skills and are recognized for our skills, we have still yet more. And that's what we train for in life. Those things are what we train for. From the time we're children, we train for getting relief, and the people that are considered the healthiest at least psychologically, are the people that have the most access to relief. So much so that you don't have to go very far down on that feeling bad before you can pick yourself up and get some relief. And if you can't, you have your handheld device. The newest and most insidious and most immediate method for relief, which is now carry-aroundable. So even someone who's interested, it's challenging for a person to look at this cycle of feeling off and getting relief, feeling off and getting relief. And having that experience and that exploration and that study and that recognition so many times that it becomes obvious that something else has to be done. Is there something else? We're not taught in life that something beyond the falling off and the relief is possible. We are trained in methods of relief. Get a bunch of these down. Get your health together and keep it together, because if you don't have your health together, relief becomes more of a problem. Get your money story together, because if you have your money story together, you have more options for relief. Get your reputation together, because if you get your reputation together, you'll have more options for relief. Surround yourself with people that agree with you, because the more people that you have around that agree with you, the more options you have for relief. That is what we're taught. Maybe we read in a book about some phantasmagorical something, but the essence of our education is how to get relief, but we're not taught that that's what it is. So we don't really believe that there is something else. You can say you do, but how could you possibly, since every part of your education has been what I described? Your access to relief is your constant companion and your strength and your and your device for getting by. And if I said there is something else, or even you took a drug and experienced there is something else, you still want to know, well, I don't want to live on this drug. How do I live this something else? Can this something else be lived without a drug? This is a very confronting question, and I have never been influential on more than a few people. Because how pleasant is it to think that your life quest has been to get relief from your, let's call it falling off, your anxieties and your anger and your jealousy, even in a microcosmic way. How pleasant is it to think that that's what it is. It's not, and I can present an exploration to a person with methods for that exploration to discover something you don't want to know about in the first place. Whoopee. But every once in a while, someone is in their life where repetition has led them to a place where experiences have led them to a place where youth and the different phases in life have led them to a place where they want something of a different quality. Walking down that hallway And the door of consciousness is there. The door of awareness is there. The door of another stage of life is there. All life, but another stage. And for those people, even, it's challenging.